Hello and welcome to the full moon in Sagittarius. So let's take a couple of minutes and delve into what this full moon is and what's going on here. So this is going to be the first lunar eclipse of the year. Full moons bring closure and the need to get things done. And Sagittarius it rules over space and freedom, while lunar eclipses and full moons encourage standing up for your beliefs and speaking your mind. As a side note, Mercury is going to be going into retrograde this coming Saturday. Woohoo. Um, we've been in a shadow period of Mercury since the 15th, so you may have noticed some difficulty in communication or technology since that time, and that's perfectly okay. It's also important to note that there are usually two storm periods during the Mercury retrograde. This one is going to have one long storm from May 21st through July 1st. So we are already in the midst of it. So fun, right? So remember to be patient with yourself and others if communication or technology isn't working well. And just remember to slow down and be patient. Also, this Mercury retrograde will be in Gemini, which is an air sign that rules the mind. It will be easy to fixate and obsess on things or ignore them altogether. So, like one extreme or the other. So, try to focus on some middle ground between being excessively busy or completely lazy and just walking away from everything. All of this is important because we have this big, beautiful full moon teaching us to express ourselves and ground our need for space and freedom in our beliefs or our truths just before the Mercury retrograde starts. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so we'll be focusing on your throat chakra today. The throat chakra, depicted by the blue color, is connected to your ability to communicate and speak your inner truth. It's important to know that when it comes to your chakras, it's a never-ending cycle. And what I mean by that is that if a chakra, say your throat chakra, is out of balance, it can affect your ability to speak your truth. However, at the same time, if you silence your voice and refuse to speak your truth, it can throw the throat chakra out of balance. So there's always this ebb and flow to what's going on with the chakras, and it's very important to keep them in alignment as well as use them and use that body function for wherever that chakra is. Next, I'm going to dig into what this full moon will mean for you and what might be coming up for you and your sign. So if you're a Sagittarius, this full moon is going to focus on your self-image zone because it's in your house, your Sagittarius, and the full moon is in Sagittarius. So anything about how you're perceived by others, how you view yourself, any of those things are going to be coming up for you. If you're a Capricorn, this is your secret zone. So anything about secrets will be coming up or could be coming up. Aquarius, friends and relationships. Pisces is your career zone. For Aries, you're going to be dealing with your big picture zone. Taurus will be dealing with sex and shared finances zone. For Gemini, you're going to be dealing with your love zone. For Cancer, it's going to be your daily work and health zone. For Leo, it's going to be your kids, romance, and creativity zone. For Virgo, it's going to be your home and family zone. For Libra, it's going to be your communication zone. And for Scorpio, which is me, it's going to be cash, property, and values zone. So whatever I linked with your sign is probably what could be coming up for you. If it hasn't been already, it might through this meditation. So be prepared for that. And we're recording this the day before the actual full moon. So the full moon is tomorrow on May 26th. We're doing that because I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. And I am not sure where I'll be as far as internet signal. And I want to make sure that I don't run out of signal or anything like that right in the middle of this. So we are doing this now. Okay, my internet is acting funny. All right, so to dig into this moon meditation, I'm going to have you settle into your seat, get comfortable, and just kind of find a comfortable spot. Shake out your arms if you need to. Take a drink of water before we delve into this. Situate anything on your lap. Just kind of get settled into a comfortable spot. And when you're ready, I'm going to have you relax your arms and legs and then close your eyes. And start by taking some deep, deep breaths. And just fully exhale. And that exhale can look however you want it to. It can be quiet but deep, or it can be vocal, whichever serves you best. Let's do that 2 or 3 times. Just some really deep breaths. Trying to let some tension go with each exhale. And then when you're done with the deep breaths, just let your breathing fall back to normal. Now we're going to start with a full body scan here. Start at the top of your head and just move your attention down through your body and notice any tension. Anywhere that might feel tight or anxious. Anything that might be holding some uncomfortable emotions like sadness or anger, frustration or confusion. Just try to give that spot the space and the freedom that it needs to exist. Remembering that Sagittarius rules over space and freedom. This spot might just need that right now. Meditation isn't always about fixing things. Sometimes it's just about learning to be at peace with the way it is. You might have just one spot. You might have more than one spot. That's perfectly okay. Try to thank it for existing. Thank it for bringing attention to itself. And allow it to be. I'll give you a minute to do that with one spot, possibly 2, maybe even 3. And when you're done with that, I'm going to have you move your attention up to your throat. This is where your throat chakra lives. And this can be anything above the collarbone all the way up and into your mouth. Your focus can include this entire area, or maybe there's just one specific spot that's standing out to you. And notice if this area has a color. It might be the color blue, just like the chakra that represents it, or it might have another color. Either is perfectly acceptable, but color can often represent an emotion in your body, so pay attention to what it is. And try to notice what this color might be saying to you, what it's trying to convey. The color might be pulsing, or it could be beating, or it could just be a steady hue. See if there's a rhythm or a reason behind any changes in the color. The color also might hold a certain shape. There could be music along with it. Take a moment to tune into what these physical attributes could mean for you and what the chakra is trying to tell you. A lot of times this is intuitive, So even if it doesn't make sense that something is coming up for you, it could still be bringing something up for you. Leaning into that intuition, whatever it is. Next, focus on any truth that may be lodged here. You can envision this truth as having gotten stuck. From somewhere deep down inside, a truth was formed, possibly in your womb, where emotions and sexual energy flow, or maybe from the place we lovingly name your gut, where confidence and intuition arise from. Maybe this truth has come from your heart and is connected to your inner compassion. It could have even passed through all of these places, coming from your higher self, slowly rising, slowly preparing to bubble out of you and into the world, but then it got stuck in your throat. And now this truth is just sitting there, needing to come out, needing to be shared with the world, your friends, your loved ones. Spend some time focusing on this truth and what this truth is to you. It might even be a vague concept, or it could be a specific sentence. Both are perfectly okay. It could also be a hard truth or just a gentle reminder. Next, ask if this truth had the freedom and space that it needed to thrive and grow. What would it do? Where would it go? Who would it meet? How would it change the world? Why does it need to do these things? And what exactly does that space and freedom look like? Take a moment to honor this truth in whatever way you need to. Acknowledge its existence. Try to give it that space and freedom that it needs. Thank it for making itself known to you. Bathe it in blue light. Just take a minute to envision blue light shedding down over it, shining through it. And then make any promises you need to make to ensure that this truth will be advocated for. And that could be anything from speaking the truth out loud, to posting about it on social media, to writing it in your journal, to posting it on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror, to turning it into a mantra for yourself. Whatever promises you need to make those promises. And then as you bring your awareness back into the room, let your head move from side to side, letting your neck gently stretch and bringing movement back into your body. Take all the time you need to come back to the present. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. All right, so for today's topic, we're going to talk a little bit about ovulation. When our cycles sync up with the lunar cycle, we will tend to have our periods around the new moon and then ovulate around the full moon. And the reason that our bodies do this is when we're bleeding or we're at the beginning of our cycles, our energy is low and calm. It's a time of intuition and starting new cycles and things like that. It's the same kind of energy that follows with the new moon. When the new moon is up in the sky, We tend to have a lot more intuition. Things are a lot calmer. We tend to sleep better. Not always, but we tend to sleep better. Um, there's just a lot of rest and relaxation. It's a time to start new things, create intention lists, start to-dos, and things like that. When you ovulate, you have a lot higher estrogen and testosterone in your bodies. You are more anxious to try new things. You're willing to go out on the town and have a great date night. It's because you're about ready to drop an egg that will be fertile and your body is wanting to get pregnant. And so the way we get pregnant is by trying new things and having lots of sex, which is why our bodies have this energy to do all of this. Same is true during the full moon. The energy in our world is very vibrant and alive, and it can encourage us to try new things and again go out on the town and have wild and crazy date nights. And so you want that energy to match up. So that way the energy in your body is connected with the energy of the earth, energy with the moon, and everything that's going on. And so it can be very, very beneficial to have your cycles synced up to the new and full moon, especially during a time where it's a fire sign like now, where it's just ablaze and flickering and flaming all over the place. It's the perfect time for ovulation. So one really good way to sync your cycle up with the new moon is to sleep in total darkness for about 26 days out of the 29 days of the lunar cycle. And then the night before the full moon, so that would be tonight, the night of the full moon, tomorrow night, and the night after the full moon, the next night, you sleep with your window open or a small light on. And the reason you do this is it alerts your body to the fact that there is light outside. Our bodies are supposed to be synced up with the cycles of the moon, but because of artificial light and artificial blackout curtains, we have this problem where our bodies have gotten off on our cycles because we aren't exposed to the moon's light waxing and waning throughout the month. So that's one really great way that you can sync your cycles up with the moon cycle. And it can help you to adjust to that energy and experience both the calm and the exciting along with your body. So that is everything today for the recording. Next, we're going to go into what everybody individually got from the meditation. And if you're interested in joining us live for the next new moon, you can be here for the discussion part and we can break down your goals and things like that. And we can talk about it if you're interested. If you are, follow the link below. I'll have it in the cliff notes of this podcast, and you can sign up to join us live. All right. See you all next time. Bye.